Stephen, let's have a little read of this from the Express, shall we? COP28's gigantic carbon footprint as 400,000 attend climate change conference. So a United Nations climate change conference in Dubai will have the largest carbon footprint compared to previous summits. So they're doing it right in front of our faces. They're doing the very thing they'll be telling us not to do twice and in first class. So it makes a mockery of the whole thing. And this is one of those sort of things where you just think, this does not help their cause in any way, shape or form. What they will say is that the targets they'll set during this conference will far outweigh any carbon footprint that they make attending and travelling home. I think that's up for debate. I think what ends up happening is they say it's the poor countries and we need to look at the poor countries and we need to help those poor countries out. I think the poor countries are probably looking at us right now and thinking, we don't need your help, you lot are nuts.
No, they're not.
They don't care, do they? They're living day to day. That's the point.
The poor countries are saying, how much money can we get out of this? You said it right the first time. They want our money, basically.
So you say it's up for debate, the idea that if they bring in...
I wondered if you heard that.
Yeah, because it's not like if you send that many flights for 40,000 people, but one country really cuts back on emissions, you save the emissions. It's not about that. And actually, any carbon spent getting to one of the COPs is offset by the host country. So they have to do, plant some trees or whatever. It's going to be tricky over there. But it's not about that, is it? It's about it looking bad, and therefore no one's going to listen to your message. You shouldn't fly over to COP28 because it just means people have this debate rather than talking about anything serious.
Well, somebody has to fly over. They can't, they're not going to walk. They're not going to walk from India. And people know, at least 10% of the people know that this whole CO2 stuff is completely a nothing. It's a nothing. There is maybe climate change, maybe there isn't. But you know what? The world is basically falling apart in a blaze of fire. It's death time. We're at war.
So more carbon would help.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt it. You know what I mean? Is this war going on? And the people
speed it up.
It's not going to.
To be fair, if we are on fire,
yeah,
and we can get carbon dioxide levels up to near 100%, the fire would go out.
Yes.
No one would survive
because
there'd be no fire.
True. There you go. It is a win after all.
Steve, could you calm down the smartness? You're like this.
It's
just because you didn't get into Cambridge or Oxford, so you want to prove. And this is why I'm against Cambridge and Oxford. The lesser schools produce the smartest people. We don't want to hear what they have to say.